Well,
Hey,
We're live with the diesel truck parade.
yes.
I'll tell you what, that's about the third one.
I know.
In the last 5
I
minutes.
don't understand the whole diesel truck craze, but I don't know.
For a while there,
This
it
is
was
that.
cheaper.
This
That's
is my like.
It mutes
I
us
was
out,
pushing
huh?
back Yeah.
Exactly.
But
The
we're
sangria
here.
really helps
We're
mute
at
us out.
Don Quixote tonight.
That's right.
Sun just set
Some
down
amazing
building, so
sangria.
it's
Every
beautiful
time we're here,
evening.
it's just
Appetizers on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
important stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we got the sangria.
Alright.
Really, that's
Well, that's the
That's
first
the
important stuff.
starting
yeah, the
Then
starting
very
point for the important stuff. Exactly.
Gotta
You know?
get the sangria going.
If this is your first time watching, I'm Isaac Carr.
Kurt Kasperzak.
RG Skadberg.
Matt Dooley.
That's right. Here at CCSK Law.
I keep looking at the microphone.
Keep
It's
looking
like
at the
camera.
microphone.
It's like
We have a wonderful microphone.
So good.
Shout out. Let us know if you can hear us all right. All right. Like, share, comment. Ask us any questions that you have
I
while
should
we're here
watch
doing
us.
our Facebook Live.
I should watch us.
All right.
Oh, there
So
you
what does everybody got going on?
go. Yeah, I haven't got anything popping.
Little of this, little of that. I had a guardianship wrap up this week. I'm always excited to do those. It's a special needs now adult. Was a child, just getting close to 18 and had the 18th birthday, and
Nice.
parents need to get the guardianship. And it's always such a confusing. They feel like it's such a confusing process. And one of the things I always say is my goal is to make them feel like when they get done, like that was it.
Yeah.
I want to make it that easy for them, just that way they feel like
It's
there's
almost
no
like
pressure,
law
just
simplified
move
for them.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
that.
That's great.
You know? Exactly.
So anyway, so I had a good one wrap up today that I was really excited about. And it
That's
was
good. There's always, and that's
Feels good.
what's great about
It's the
that.
feel-good side
It's the
of law.
feel-good side.
It's
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
feel-good side of law. There's so many times where it seems like we get drugged into or brought into, I should say, it's probably a better word to use. But you get pulled into these situations where it's already a complex problem.
Did you go live on you or did you go live on CCSK Law?
No, on CCSK
Okay.
Law.
I didn't get a notification.
Uh-oh.
I did.
Oh, I did. Well, anyways, though, but again, I think
Sorry,
when it's
didn't mean to
yeah,
interrupt the
exactly.
situation.
I take that back. I didn't get a notification, but Lindsay's on,
Lindsay's on.
and we're a little herky jerky.
I can
Our
see
little
it.
signal,
Oh yeah, we're
our
live.
signal's a little.
We're live.
I can see it. I usually go into the
It's a bit blurry.
where I get the notifications.
Sound is good.
Well,
Awesome.
We're here.
regardless, what I
We're
was just
doing
going to
all
say was
Sorry.
the fact. No, it's cheers. No problem.
All
Got
right.
derailed there. But again, it's like you think about all the times you get brought into things where it's already a mess, or people are upset, and there's issues, and there's probably not going to be a great outcome for everybody in
Right.
a situation.
Right.
And yet, when you hear about these, guardian situations, adoptions, these amazing stories of just positivity, I guess is
Oh,
really
yeah.
what it boils down to. That's awesome.
And my experience is judges like adoptions and when they get done, I mean they love it. It's just like I've had judges that schedule the adoption for like the last thing they're going to do that day or the last thing that makes them go home on a positive note because they're like, oh, I love this moment because it's something that's so rare that they get to deal with just straight positive stuff.
I
you know?
once helped Kurt with one of these adoptions. I was able to jump in and kind of see his experience on this thing, and he was, and we worked with a judge who didn't normally get adoptions.
Okay.
She actually
Yeah.
normally worked with the separation, so usually cutting ties with parents who were not doing their job, weren't being a parent.
Opposite side of the spectrum.
It was the opposite side. And I'm telling you, that judge loved it. She got stuffed animals for the kids. She got,
Oh, yeah.
there was
It was
tears
great.
going.
It was
Everybody, it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was such an amazing experience. And I was glad that I was able to work with Kurt on something so
Yeah.
amazing because I really
It's fun.
just saw a great part of the law when we
It's
did that.
definitely a fun side of law.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
that's what I'm going on.
Speaking of fun sides of law, does anyone else got anything popping? Is there anything that's fun going on?
It's some not fun side
Not
law
fun.
that I won't go into today. But
Okay.
But I started my day. I had we have our website. We talk about CCSK Law and .com, and people can post questions or request information or set up an appointment with us. And I had two messages that, we get them all, but I had two that pertain to where I practice from people out of state, which
I love
I
that.
can't particularly help directly, but
It's still
their
kinda cool.
questions went to something that I could address or give them some things that they needed to talk to a Connecticut attorney or a Tennessee attorney.
Sure.
But it dealt with concerns about Medicaid, and it goes right to something I want to make sure I get out to folks is we're doing an event next Tuesday, this 5:30 to 6:30 up at Caring Hearts day services. Caring
That's
Hearts Adult Day
18th?
Services, the 18th.
18th. Yep.
5:30, and we're working with Caring Hearts, who's hosting it, participating, and Carol Russell from Silver Birch in Michigan City, and we're going to talk about new options that are available for people who need Medicaid in Northwest Indiana. Semi-alert. Actually, it seems quieter than the decent.
That is quieter than the decent drunk.
All right, that was not as bad. Exactly. That's those biodiesel.
I thought it was going to be.
He was the
Exactly. Game on. Game on.
So 18th.
Yes.
September 18th, 5:30. Adult, the Caring Hearts is on
Harley.
Airport Road, right across from the high school, east of the high school. And so it's open to the public. We're limited in how much space we have, so hopefully you can sign up.
RSVP for sure.
In the comments, I will put a link to the sign up.
Yep,
And but anyway, we'll talk about some
Love you,
in-home
Point
options
down.
for Medicaid.
Right down here.
Some assisted living
There you go.
options for Medicaid.
And bring your Harley. Just throwing it out there. If you got one. Bring your Harley if you got one.
So so click the link and I'll identify it better. It came up defaulted, but we hope to have a good crowd out there. Again, this went right to concerns people had, and the thing that's very frustrating from my perspective is that the thing that people want to do is the worst thing you can do. It's like, is it okay if I just do this? I'm like, come on. Of all the things that you could do, that truly was louder than that semi.
That was louder than semi.
It's the exhaust,
But
it is.
I don't know if you've ever seen RG present, but every single time he hits on so much valuable information, but it's always like different because he answers so many questions. He's very interactive when he presents. I mean, he's just really back and forth. And so sometimes the audience guides some of this conversation so that he answers a lot of the questions that are there. So honestly, even if you've been to some of his events before, this one is definitely worth coming to. And for you who haven't been there, something worth going to, because I guarantee you walk away with knowledge.
Well, and that's the goal. When we set up these, they're short on formal presentation, long on Q&A periods.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because people know what they want to know.
Yeah.
They have the questions that they want to have, and a lot of times with a presentation, you're going to cover a broad spectrum of topics, and you hope that everybody in the room is going to get something from that. Medicaid's pretty broad. Different people have different situations, and I think the thing that catches people out mostly is that they don't understand their circumstances are different than their neighbors, than their brothers, than
It goes back to what goes exactly back to what you said before. It's not just people know what they want to know, but it's that people already have planned what they're going to be doing. Like they already have it in their heads. Like, oh, I'm just going to do X, Y, or Z with these.
Go ahead and put the kids' names on the deed.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, exactly. So
thanks for calling. Have a nice day.
Yeah,
it's like I can't do anything at that point. I can, but I mean.
But this is where it makes sense to come to something like this, because then they can get their own knowledge rather than a friend saying, "Oh, well, we just did this or we did that."
Exactly.
So just because someone does something doesn't mean it's legally the best option for you.
I don't know if you just want to get advice from that person at the bar,
Yeah,
like, go to the bar.
Tip
from the bar.
Yeah, but and one other thing I'll touch on here, like
gotta
Aaron's
click it.
link. The other thing I want to touch on is the other case you were asking me about, the first meeting I had today.
Yeah.
And what I said to him, you don't want to make people feel bad for decisions they've made, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
But they did a power of attorney online, and then just went to the bank and had it notarized. And sometimes you don't have any other choices because you need something immediately, and you got to have something to do something.
Right.
But the problem with this situation was it didn't cover everything that needed to be covered.
Sure.
Yep.
And
Shocking.
worse, it didn't protect itself. So the situation I'm in is bad actor in the family went and revoked this other power of attorney. We're questioning whether the dad had capacity to even sign it. Yeah. But again, they weren't working with an attorney. Somebody had another online power of attorney. Or we think they may have just copied the other power of attorney and changed the names.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, when we do things, we try to protect that document from bad actors. And in this situation, it didn't have the requirement to revoke by
appetizer showing
through the public recordation of the revocation.
Well, sure.
That was kind of a verbose way to say it. But power of attorney that I do, if you want to revoke it, it has to be recorded with the clerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now you're putting yourself in a position where now if I'm going to potentially fraudulently create a power of attorney. Now I'm going to put it in the public record as well and create a lot more exposure.
Thanks.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But it
Sure.
was very, very painful to listen to this family and what they're going through.
I think the point is call before you need to. We always have this conversation. Like, before it's too late, call and just ask.
Yeah.
It might be surprised. It might not cost as much as you think. You might be able to get some information to save yourself so much more down the road, right?
Well, and on that, I mean, I think RG can maybe hit on this a little bit too as well. I just had the same or similar situation regarding my wife. Hi, honey, if you're watching right now. You know, she was talking to me about some people and stuff that she knows at work, and we're asking some questions regarding already, you know, executed and drafted and executed, should say, probate documents, you know, estate planning documents, you know, whether it's their will, their trust and whatnot, and stuff that goes back, we're talking, you know, 20, 30, 40 years back. And sometimes, you know, people don't understand, you know, is the document itself still valid? Is there certain issues that need to be addressed? Is there certain things that need to be, you know, either revamped or changed or something like that because of a change or modified or some sort? So again, it's something to where it can't hurt just to come in, you know, for a consultation or call and ask, you know, hey, I've got some questions. So
that was the second meeting I had today.
Well, there you go.
People had 20-year-old wills.
Well, there you go.
And they assume that it's outdated or not still functional. The reality is a will is going to be a will until you revoke it.
Yep.
And
well, sure.
And so, again, I'm not a big will guy anyway, but I walked them through where 20 years ago your kids were minors,
right?
And you appointed a family member as both guardian and potential backup PR. But wouldn't you probably want your kids now? That's probably the biggest thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So what does PR stand for again?
Personal representative.
Personal
A
representative.
lot of times people use the term executor generically. Really, personal representative is the generic term.
Sure.
But executor, administrator, PR, it's all kind of in the same boat. But I'm again less worried about the will, more worried about the powers of attorney, which are also 15 years old. 15
Well, there you
years
go.
old.
Well, there you go.
Those things change.
Has your relationship with anyone in your family changed in the past 15 years? You know,
Well, I'll tell you, that's people don't think about that. I remember when I was back when I was doing financial planning, I'd constantly run across people that had like old 401ks and stuff that had their exes still as beneficiary and things like that.
Yep.
So it helps to sit down with somebody and just get all that tightened up a little bit.
Yep. Again, and we're willing to sit down. I mean, you know, if you got your documents, you know, you want to
free consultation.
Yeah, exactly. We're willing to sit down and take a look at some stuff and
Yep.
figure out how we can help you.
I have an interesting tidbit to bring up at the end of all this stuff. When we're done today, if we have time and we're just messing around, there was some stuff on one of the TV shows my wife and I are watching that I was like, yeah, that doesn't work that way. And I always find it interesting when they do stuff legal-wise on TV, just because it's not always the actual way that it's done. I know, shocker.
Oh yeah.
But this one pertains to a will, and there's another one that pertains to a guardianship. Both were very interesting. So we'll bring that up later. Stick around to the end of the season.
How exciting!
But all this stuff, you know, there's all kinds of stuff that goes along when you're dealing with probate and estate planning. You know, a lot of times you're dealing with real estate, you're dealing with different things, property. It stretches into your life anyway.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of issues that come with real estate.
Sometimes, I mean, literally, sometimes your assets change. Don't forget too, as well. I mean, do you still live in the same house you lived in 40 years ago? Do you still have the same ownership interest in the same properties from 40 years ago? I mean, those are some of those things you have to consider whether or not your estate planning documents are in order with those documents and information. You know, so you know, so again,
what's going on?
Okay, so we'll this is where Monty Python, when you'd watch an old Monty Python show, and now for something completely different.
Yeah, so, transition. That was a transition.
I tried to segue.
There was a nice transition. Thanks.
Nice
transition.
I appreciate the hand up on that one. But one of the things that we're working on is what we call the Successful Art Series. It's a workshop that's going to be incredibly intensive. We're all going to be there. We are super excited about this.
And not just intensive, but it's going to be cool.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun.
I mean,
it's going to be a lot of fun things.
You're going to get to do some stuff with this business seminar, success. It's
a workshop.
You're going to
It's a workshop.
You're
going to work.
But it'll be good work. You'll have fun with it.
Yeah. It'll be a workshop, but we're going to have some great entertainment too as well. We're bringing some great. No, I'm joking.
Great entertainment.
Bring some great acts. You know,
Nickelback's coming in.
Isaac may bring out a guitar.
Oh,
or something.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yes, exactly. You know,
That's a great song.
Here's Wonderwall. Exactly. How about a Nickelback tune?
Hey,
here we go.
We
All right now.
We got some
Thanks.
appetizers.
Oh, we got some food showing up now. Okay,
That's
great.
right. Definitely. Oh, this is
No, it's a little too
Good.
low.
Hide it. You don't
Oh,
want to
hang
see
on.
that.
Yeah,
It's
you-
good.
yeah.
This is
Make you
one of the
hungry.
great reasons to come down to Don Quixote. Did some amazing appetizers, and if I remember right, half price on Tuesday. So, you get some sangria, you get some appetizers.
Yeah.
Man, that's the way to do
There you
it.
go. Not off the.
That's good.
Okay.
There you
Let me check.
All right, check.
When they put the tablecloth down,
Oh, got to
you
readjust
gotta
it.
adjust a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit towards Isaac. Just a tick towards Isaac.
Oh,
That was
go. Move it down.
yeah. I
Just move.
prefer I'm
No,
moving towards me.
No, I'm saying you might still, or Isaac lean in.
Oh.
Yeah.
So midstream, mid show adjustments.
It's okay. It's
All
all right. But no, yeah, we're really excited. I mean, we worked on it all day today, kind of putting together some stuff, figuring out some of the content we're going to have together. I mean, it's literally going to be, if you have ever put yourself in a position where you're thinking about you're going to start up your company, or even for people who are in the process of, maybe you're new with your company or new with a newer startup or something, and you just want comprehensive advice all at one time. I mean, I don't know if you want to give like a little bit of a preview of some stuff that we might.
Here's the thing, like you said, it's for people that are just going to start a business. But if you started a business and it didn't work before, you definitely want to be at this.
Oh yeah.
You want to be here because you're going to see different sides of business and different things that go into it, and it might raise questions and issues. You think, wow, if I'd done that before, it might have been still going.
Sure.
There's a lot of really cool stuff there.
No, that is great. I get a lot of people who have been working for someone else. Oftentimes it's like an independent contractor somewhere, but they have this feeling they're like, I can do that so much better. And they have some amazing ideas, but the legal complications of starting the business, I mean, it can be scary.
And it's not just legal. I think there's a lot of other challenge. I mean, that's the whole point why we're doing this.
This is beyond just legal.
We're bringing in tax, we're bringing in insurance, we're bringing in business coaching, business strategy. We're bringing in a lot of stuff to bring it all together in one day intense workshop, and essentially you're going to be getting several experts their attention on your business for one day, including all four of us. I mean, we're going to be there and presenting and did some different stuff. And God knows you don't hear four attorneys talk consistently all day long. So we are bringing other people.
Oh yeah.
To,
We'll
bring out.
sprinkle
We'll sprinkle.
the norms.
Yeah, exactly. So
We definitely do.
I think it's going to be really exciting. And in the ideal situation is to keep offering this to the community so we can help other businesses grow.
Yeah, this is a series. We will have this multiple times, and we're even going to have additionals on top of that for more advanced learning. But honestly, you come to this, I mean, you get a certification, you get a bunch of handouts, and you walk away with tangible results launching your business.
Your business is launched that day. Let's make sure it's clear. You
you
are in
launch
business
your
as of that
business.
day. So that's what's going to be
Legally,
very
you're set up and going.
That's
You are
right.
moving
One of the
forward.
segments, it's called literally set up your business at this workshop. That is exactly it. So again, this is a workshop. We're going to have you work. We're going to have you go, and more information on that to come soon.
Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah. But we have tips. We need to start handing out some tips here at the bar.
Oh, good. Hey.
Hey.
Carlos,
Carlos. Wow.
Oh, it's sangrias, yes.
Get you some bread.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Such a cool guy.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
Oh,
Great down here.
the wine's cold. That's all that matters right now.
Right, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, exactly. But no, we're pretty excited about that, and we're going to be able to cover a lot of aspects, different things. We're also looking at doing some revamping too as well. I think we're going to be looking at doing some different concepts in regards to tips in the bar and how we're going to be doing some stuff pretty soon here by probably the next month or so. You'll see some changes with that too. How we're going to be adjusting that. So pretty excited for those changes.
Online
we talked
content
about that
coming.
last week a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Adjust it and make change up the schedule and kind of we're kind of going into this seminar mode a little bit. That's kind of cool.
Kind of
very excited about it. So this
seminars,
is all part of that,
webinars,
adjusting
kind
it.
of just a lot of trying to. What I noticed a long time ago in private practice, I knew at one point in time that as one attorney, I could only scale myself so much, right? Regardless of how many hours a week I work, regardless of, I can only be in so many spots at once. I can't be in Fort Wayne at a courthouse, in Lafayette at a courthouse, in Hammond at a courthouse all at the same time. So what ends up happening is when it comes down to trying to become more of a more simplified version of the practice of law and to be able to serve more clients, we have determined that we have to figure out other ways to be able to reach more people. And so we're pretty excited about all the different new content and new concepts we're going to be bringing that nobody in Northwest Indiana, nobody in Northern Indiana really is doing what we're going to be doing. So pretty excited.
Not this comprehensively.
Not this hands-on and this walk away with stuff done
right
and a plan to get more stuff done.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I think that's a legal term.
That's exactly
Plan
Stuff done.
Get stuff done.
Get stuff done.
Yeah. Hey, no legal.
very-
You don't have a sign out,
That's
but
very legal.
We're gonna
Yeah,
call it the
okay.
Stuff Done seminar.
Stuff done.
the stuff done. That's the name of it, right there.
Yeah,
Stuff
stuff
done.
We just renamed it. There he goes. Yeah.
We. So no, then fantastic. I think we can clarify a lot. You can get information from actual attorneys. You know, real attorneys here, real
attorneys.
solutions.
No
This is
fake
beyond.
attorneys in
No
this
fake
case.
No, we actually, well, what we'll do is we're gonna have fake chat bots set up at the front of the room, and there'll be no attorneys there.
No
whatsoever.
attorney.
Absolutely.
But I'm telling you, you got LegalZoom, you got Rocket
Right.
Lawyer, you have a lot of
There's
online materials that you can't really know where they're coming from. And the attorney that you get on the phone through a LegalZoom's not a law firm.
Right.
And when you jump on and you hire one of their attorneys, you don't know who you're getting or what
Yep.
what they can actually provide with a lot of that. There's limitations to a lot of stuff online. We're trying to be as accessible as possible and reach out to everyone. Matt, I think you were saying it great. Accessibility. Right. To make sure that we're coming to you and simplifying things with things you can trust, and then give us a call about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or talk to us during the event. Like, we're gonna have break times at the event. We've
Oh, yeah,
got to be able to
we're
communicate.
on purpose scheduling time for that.
I couldn't help but
breakouts.
have like a flashback to Fletch when the police are walking through. Like, reach out.
Yeah.
That's right. Reach out. Touch a cop.
Yeah.
That's right. You can reach out and touch an attorney at this event.
And it's and then again, it's not just law. We're going to have
You
other
can't.
professionals there.
Don't do that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We will have other professionals there, and it's going to be opportunity for you to have that amount of knowledge. Think about just that wealth of knowledge. The people we're talking about bringing in, we can't
Oh,
announce it
goodness.
yet, but I mean,
In one room.
in one
Just
room for the
think
whole
about
day.
it like this: if you're going to put together, say, I've got a team I'm putting together. Hold on. Semi.
Yeah.
If you're thinking, look, I got a team I'm putting together to build this business. These are the type of people I want. Attorneys are one of those. If you think about some of the other types of people you're going to need, that's the type of people we're going to be having there.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
going to be phenomenal. I can't even express how excited I am.
Well,
It's
and
gonna be
the crazy
awesome.
thing is people, you're talking about LegalZoom and Rocket Lawyer. People go there because you can theoretically find information easy, and it's cost effective.
Yep.
We're gonna close that gap.
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna be live
Oh,
in
it's
person.
going to be
We're gonna give you real information. We're gonna give it to you for your business specifically. Let you ask questions. You're gonna walk away with like stuff done.
Well, we do billable hours at
Yeah,
$400 an
okay.
hour, 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 8 hours. It's just going to give you a rough idea what this thing's going to cost everybody, roughly. You know what I mean? But no, I mean that's what's
1600.
That's what
That's
the
what we do.
value of
That's
it.
the, but if you think about it, that's the value. Not to mention, we're going to be pulling some strings in to bring some heavy hitters and some great resources in for
But here's
to
the
be able
thing,
to put
I
all
mean,
together.
Financially, we're not talking about it right now, but when you guys see the price on what this needs to be, if you're looking to start your own business, you're gonna be like, shoot, that's a drop
If you
in the bucket.
don't spend
Let's do
this
it.
much,
Yeah,
Exactly. If you're
Start
worried
your
about spending
business,
this, if you're worried about spending
we would
what
be
we're gonna be
worried
charging for
about
this
your
thing,
business.
don't even bother starting a business yet. Wait a little while.
Yeah, wait a little longer
So,
because
but it's yeah.
and
you're gonna
again,
be
I want to
amazing.
stress that this is not just for people who were just thinking about starting a business. If you started a business and you've had some issues, if you had some downs, or if you started a business in the past and you're thinking about doing something else or redoing it or something, it's a perfect opportunity.
If you've done your due diligence and you're like, okay, I've spent the last few months preparing, I know what I'm going to do, I've got everything in place, I just need to pull that trigger, this will be for you.
This is it.
good.
This is it. And so what I'll say with this is that, and I completely forgot what I was going to say with this.
You're the youngest guy.
Yeah, like
here.
your
You can't
memories.
Have some more
Have
sangria.
some more
Oh,
sangria.
thanks.
There you go. Exactly.
Honestly, it's going to be,
This is the problem with having tips from a friend at a bar is they forget what they're going to say.
Yes, exactly.
we believe in a team of professional approach though, and that's why we are stretching
Absolutely.
beyond.
Right.
Beyond just
In that
attorneys
case,
with
then I'll be a
this.
team player. Let me pour
There we
some
go. Be a
sangria.
team
Let
player.
me pour a
with
little
this one.
sangria there.
But we're stretching-
Exactly.
Yeah, we are definitely stretching beyond just the attorneys. We are going into so many different areas for this. That's what makes it worth. That's what makes it worth it. Again, this price is going to be something that is going to be definitely worth it. But this is what I was going to say: limited seating. We are going to limit the amount
Oh,
of
yeah.
people.
It can't be an intensive workshop in
If
any,
we just
in any
open to
regard.
everyone.
Not if
We
you
just
have
open to
That's right.
everybody. If it's a conference, if it's
Yeah.
just something to where we're in a position where anybody wants to pay X amount of dollars can come to this, no, we can't do that. We in order to get the attention we want to give to the to the people attending this,
Mhm.
as well as when you start thinking about the other experts we're going to have there, you're talking about, if you want to call it like a staff ratio or a faculty ratio,
Oh, sure.
you're talking about 1 or 2 people, every person that's going to be there being able to help you out. So I
Yeah.
mean,
We'll
it's
have
going to be,
hands-on help.
it'll be a lot of hands-on help. And so again,
Yeah.
we're not looking to go beyond a certain number of people. It's going to be very intensive, and it's going to be very exclusive at this point in time.
So that's our teaser trailer.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the team.
Coming
And
to a
it's-
theater New Year.
Yeah, and it's almost 7 o'clock.
More to come.
Yeah.
We apologize for the video quality. We're in kind of a sketchy spot.
Dump truck.
Plan
Yep.
ahead.
Sketchy spot in terms of
oh,
Wi-Fi.
Oh, there's peppers. We got peppers
oh,
now.
my.
Peppers are popping.
Look at
There we go.
this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Giant
wow.
bowl of
Wow.
fresh from the garden peppers.
There you go.
That's
So,
amazing.
anyway,
Fantastic. We're
so
gonna eat some of this stuff.
yeah, it's 7. We're gonna wrap up.
Yeah, let's
and,
get some food. Yeah.
If you have any
But
questions,
again, always visit our website, ccSKLaw.com.
That's right.
Yep.
feel free to
I
comment
did-
below.
I did put the link in the comment section about
The seminar.
the
Seminar.
seminar next week, the workshop,
Great.
little conversation.
And Medicare. We're going to differentiate. That's two separate
Medicaid.
seminars.
Medicaid.
The Medicaid seminar. Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Yes.
Medicaid
Not my
conversation
seminar.
next week.
Yes.
Don't be showing up
So-
to that seminar and thinking,
Yeah, that's not that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the
That's still a
business.
couple,
Right.
but stay tuned.
Yeah.
Check it out at
exactly.
CCSKLaw.com.
That's right. Like,
See you.
share, comment,
Yep.
Yep.
and we will see you here next week for Tips from the Bar Live.
Sounds good. See you later.